Okay, we are going to read a little piece today that's going to help us practice one of the strategies we used for reading.
Yeah.
What do you think about what strategies you use for reading? What do we call it when we're thinking about how we learn? What's that great big word we love so much? So Natalie, what's it called?
Metacognition.
Metacognition. What does that mean? We can even spell it, can't we, guys? Max?
Thinking about your thinking.
Thinking about your thinking, thinking about your learning. Sometimes when we're reading, we run into difficulty, so we need some help to figure things out. The students are constantly involved in self-evaluation, trying to get them to identify what the next steps in their reading should be. I find that very, very effective for the kids because once they know why they're doing something, then they're much more willing to be part of whatever activity that we come up with. But letting them know the purpose is important, and then they can set their next steps. What kind of strategies can we use when we need some help figuring things out? Cole, what do you use?
If you can't, I use the word wall and I use around the word.
Okay. You use the word wall and?
I look around the room for the word.
How do you know where those words are, Cole?
Sometimes on the word wall, sometimes they're all over there. Or the people help me to add the ending.
Good for you. That's well explained. What other strategies do we use when we come to a word we don't know, Natalie?
Well, usually, if I'm stuck on something, I just look up there, and then I check which ones I can like.
Okay, so you use the keys to help you out. Julia?
I break it into chunks when I'm stuck on a word.
I remember the day we started breaking words into chunks and we saw how we could spell so well. And that big word that we spelled was metacognition. We couldn't believe we knew how to spell it. What strategies do you like, Evan?
Well, sometimes when I'm reading a book and I can't figure it out no matter what, I just don't care if I don't know one word, I just keep reading.
Okay, so you try to get the information you need from what?
I guess what the word is, and then I would use that word later on.
Okay.
And then sometimes if I know it's not right, then I would ask someone else for help.
Okay, so asking for help is a great one. Cassie?
Well, sometimes in books, there's a word, I know how to read it, but I don't know what it means.
Excellent. How many people have that problem? I have that problem all the time. Garrett, you told me about having kind of a problem like that last week, but it was all around what?
A name?
Names, people's names. You could kind of sound them out, but you hadn't heard it and you didn't know how to pronounce it. So the vocabulary in our books become important then. So what